Hello everyone, welcome to PSC Notes. So today we are going to start our lecture regarding the environment. So today we will cover the ozone layer. Ozone is basically a 3 oxygen molecule, oxygen in which the bond between the 2 oxygen is variable. So suppose we consider this oxygen A, this B, so the double bond will vary, है ना? It will oscillate or resonate, है ना? It is, and because of that only it will have both the plus and minus charge, and it is highly reactive gas that occur naturally in our Earth's surface. So now we know the chemical structure of ozone. It is O3, which is O3. Okay. The ozone is located in stratosphere. Ozone is located in stratosphere, which is also known as ozone in stratosphere is known as good ozone. Good ozone. While the ozone which is located at the troposphere, like where we live, is bad ozone, because the stratosphere ozone, as we will study further, that it protects us from ultraviolet radiation. वो हमें ultraviolet radiation से बचाती है. While जो troposphere की है ozone है, it is a pollutant. It is a pollutant. So now we will see that how ozone layer is formed. See, the formation and destruction of ozone is a continuous process. The Chapman cycle, which basically defines 4 process, that is oxygen photo dissociation, ozone formation, ozone photo dissociation, then again ozone destruction. It is a continuous process of ozone formation and destruction. But because of the anthropogenic causes, anthropogenic is human induced. So what are human induced? As we will further study the halons and chlorofluorocarbons, because of that only we have increased the speed of destruction of the ozone layer. So first of all, we will study the Chapman cycle. So what is Chapman cycle? Chapman cycle describes the chemical reaction responsible for the formation and destruction of ozone in the stratosphere. Okay, it was first proposed by Sidney Chapman. It was first proposed by Sidney Chapman. Sidney Chapman in the year 1930. In the year 1930. It is a fundamental process and consists of 4 reactions. First is R1, which is known as oxygen photo dissociation. So in this oxygen molecule, in the presence of Hv, which is sunlight. Hv is sunlight. Now the oxygen molecule breaks into 2 separate oxygen. Then one of the oxygen react with the oxygen. One of the oxygen react with oxygen. ठीक है, in the presence of a third body, which is M. M is usually nitrogen or oxygen molecule. M is usually nitrogen. Nitrogen molecule. ठीक है, M is usually nitrogen molecule. So in the presence of oxygen, it converts into ozone. So it is a R2 is ozone formation. Then again, the ozone in the presence of light breaks into oxygen and uh, oxygen. It is known as oxygen ozone photo dissociation. Then finally we have ozone plus free oxygen. It converts into 2O2. It is known as ozone destruction. So this cycle is basically has always been there. But what has happened is, because of the anthropogenic causes like chlorofluorocarbons and those things, so we have increased the rate of the destruction of ozone, and because of that only we have created a ozone hole. So we will study it. Now we will come to the importance of ozone layer. So what is the importance of ozone layer? So ozone layer help in observing the ultraviolet radiation. UV, B and C rays. Ultraviolet has UV, B and C rays are blocked by the ozone layer. So the ozone layer absorbs the harmful ultraviolet B and C rays from the sun, and without this they will cause the severe health and basically in the absence of the ozone layer, the ultraviolet ray will reach to the earth's surface, and they will cause severe harm to not only human population but even further other organisms. And for the human, they will cause skin cancer, cataract, and suppress our immune system. Skin cancer, cataract, and suppress our immune system. And for the ecosystem, they will damage the aquatic plant and crops. Aquatic life, plants and crop. Okay. So effect of climate regulation, the ozone layer influence the temperature balance in the atmosphere. And depletion of ozone layer can lead to the change in our temperature balance. Now, what has caused to our ozone layer depletion? So, main factor which has affected to the depletion of ozone layer is chlorofluorocarbons. So, chlorofluorocarbons were the synthetic chemicals used in refrigeration, air conditioning, and aerosol sprays. So, prior to the Montreal Protocol, they were highly used, and they were the only source for refrigeration. But later on, why they affect the ozone layer too much is that one chlorofluorocarbon can one chlorofluorocarbon can destroy lakhs of ozone molecules. Because once it destroy a ozone molecule, it again return back a free radical, which can again attack another ozone. So this is the main reason for ozone layer depletion. Other ozone depleting substances are halofluorocarbons. They are the replacement of chlorofluorocarbons. So they are less harmful, but still they are causing damage to ozone layers. Another is halons, and they are used in fire extinguisher and cause ozone destruction because of free radicals. Okay, and another is carbon tetrachloride, methyl bromide, used in industrial application and fumigation. They also affect the cause the ozone layer depletion. So as we have already studied that there is a natural process for ozone layer, ozone formation and destruction, and there is an anthropogenic cause. Anthropogenic is the human made because of industrial and agriculture emulsion. Natural is also due to other than that which we have studied, there is also naturally due to volcanic eruption and solar cycles. Okay? Large volcanic eruption, because of large volcanic eruptions and temporarily affect the ozone concentration. But after some times, the ozone concentration is again back to normal. So what has basically happened is that earlier the ozone layer in Antarctica was uh, covered with in the troposphere and in the stratosphere. The ozone was protecting us from ultraviolet radiations, but there has been a ozone hole observed in the. So now coming to mechanism of ozone depletion, mechanism of ozone depletion. So the chlorofluorocarbons, when UV radiation hits the chlorofluorocarbon molecule, the chlorine breaks, the chlorine atom breaks away, and then this chlorine atom attracts a oxygen, atom. ठीक है, chlorine atom takes away oxygen atom to create chlorine monoxide. ठीक है, chlorine monoxide and leave oxygen. ठीक है, now oxygen atom hits chlorine monoxide molecule और फिर एक ऑक्सीजन आया, वो इसे हिट किया और फिर से फ्री क्लोरीन, ठीक है, और साथ में जो इनिशियल था एक क्लोरीन मॉलिक्यूल, वो पूरी रिएक्शन और डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ ओजोन के बाद वापस मिल गया. तो दिस कैन फर्दर क्रिएट, तो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट ओनली है ना, देर इज वेरी मतलब अ सिंगल मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ क्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन can affect lakhs of ozone molecule. Loss of ozone molecule. So what are the consequences of ozone depletion? What are the consequences of ozone depletion? So first of all, the health effect है ना, because of ozone depletion we already studied that it will cause the skin cancer, cataract and immune suppression in human. Also it will affect the agricultural productivity and marine life. ठीक है, ओजोन के क्लाइमेट चेंज पे इफेक्ट होंगे. एक तो डायरेक्ट ह्यूमन पे इफेक्ट हुआ, ठीक है, एनवायरमेंट पे हुआ, आईज पे, स्किन कैंसर, ठीक है, एक्वेटिक लाइफ पे, टेरेस्ट्रियल पे क्रॉप यील्ड और सस्टेन्ड प्लांट ग्रोथ छोटे हो जाएंगे. ठीक है, हायर मेडिकल कॉस्ट ड्यू टू इंक्रीज अल्ट्रावायलेट एक्सपोजर, है ना, डिक्लाइनिंग एग्रीकल्चर एंड अदर प्रोडक्टिविटी. नाउ as we see that this was the ozone in the stratosphere, ठीक है, but we have also see that ozone is present in the troposphere. So what is the difference between the ozone in troposphere and stratosphere? So ozone in troposphere is a bad ozone, है ना, while the ozone in stratosphere is a good ozone. So the stratospheric ozone protects us from ultraviolet radiation, while tropospheric ozone is a pollutant and it contributes to smog. And in the troposphere, how the ozone is formed? So ozone is formed by a photochemical reaction, sunlight drive reaction between NOx, ठीक है, which are nitrogen oxides and volatile organic compounds. वॉलेटाइल ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड्स, ठीक है, इनके बीच में रिएक्शन होता है, तो विच लेड टू द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ओजोन लेयर. तो वेयर वॉलेटाइल ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड्स आर रिलीज्ड फ्रॉम, तो दे आर रिलीज्ड फ्रॉम द व्हीकल एंड इंडस्ट्री, है ना. द सोर्सेज ऑफ ट्रोपोस्फियर ओजोन, तो फर्स्ट वी ऑलरेडी स्टडी दैट दे कैन बी नेचुरल like lightning, forest fire, even through volcanic, है ना, but also human made like vehicle, industries and biomass burning. जो ट्रोपोस्फेरिक ओजोन है वो लंग्स को भी डैमेज करती है एंड कॉज अस रेस्पिरेटरी डिजीज, environment पे इफेक्ट करती है, क्रॉप्स एंड फॉरेस्ट डैमेज, क्लाइमेट पे it is it is it lead to global warming. It is a greenhouse gas, so it lead to greenhouse global warming. In the stratosphere, it doesn't. It is also a greenhouse gas there, but the influence is too less. है ना? Influence is too less. So what are our reduction strategies? So we must have a regulation on the emission of what volatile organic compound and nitrogen oxides. ठीक है? और clean energy and air quality policies, clean energy and air quality policies. So we studied what, that ozone in stratosphere is a good ozone and ozone in troposphere is a bad ozone. Now there are two one convention and a protocol, Vienna Convention and Montreal Protocol. So Vienna Convention is for the protection of ozone layer. It was not binding, है ना, and was adopted on March 22nd, 1985. तो पहले वेना कन्वेंशन हुआ था इन वेना. इट इज नॉट बाइंडिंग बट यूनिवर्सल रेक्टिफिकेशन, मतलब सारे के सारे 198 जो मेंबर थे, यूनाइटेड नेशन मेंबर स्टेट थे, दे हैव रेक्टिफाइड इट. So it was universally rectified, but it was not binding. ठीक है. Another is Montreal Protocol. It was established in 1987 to phase out ozone depleting substance. Ozone depleting substance कौन से हैं? We already see chlorofluorocarbons, है ना, chlorofluorocarbon and other ozone depleting substance. ठीक है. They have given a timeline for countries to comply, timeline for countries to comply. Now, what is the success and achievement of one Montreal and Vienna Convention? So Vienna Convention was basically non-binding, but what we have observed is that there is a significant reduction in the ozone hole, and it is expected that by the year 2065, if the chlorofluorocarbons and other ozone depleting substances are restricted, so there will be a total ozone recovery, है ना. So now one thing which I have forgot, and sorry for it. So how is ozone measured in the stratosphere? So ozone is measured with the help of Dobson unit. What? Dobson unit. So in prelims they can ask that what is the measure unit? So ozone measurement unit is Dobson unit, है ना. There is illegal trade for the banned chlorofluorocarbons, so we must ensure the compliance. Now coming to International Ozone Day. So International Ozone Day or World Ozone Day is observed on 16 September. कब? 16 September, because in the year 1987, ठीक है, on 16 September, Montreal Protocol was signed. One important thing, because in several prelims examination they ask for the theme for the International Ozone Day. The theme for the year 2024 is Montreal Protocol Advancing Climate Action. Montreal Protocol Advancing Climate Action. ठीक है. It the 2024 theme underscores that Montreal Protocol has played a significant role in the conservation of ozone layer, and if we phase out the ozone depleting substance, then there is a possibility to recover the ozone in the stratosphere, and we will be able to fill out the ozone hole. Now there is one Kigali amendment to the Montreal Protocol. It has a targeted reduction of hydrofluorocarbons, potent greenhouse gases with the potential to avoid up to 0.5 degrees Celsius of global warming by the year 2100 if fully implemented. When was it adapted? It was adapted in the year October 15th, 2016. Okay. Now we will first see this ozone layer. Is an important topic once not only for the prelims but even for the mains examination. So we will cover first the mains question which have been asked previous year question, then the prelims. So first, recent observation have shown that ozone layer over Antarctica has shown signs of healing. Critically, example. It was asked in APPSC Group 1 Mains 2017. So how we can see show the evidence of ozone layer recovery in a role of Montreal Protocol, where the restriction of the ozone depleting substances have further enhanced the healing of ozone layer. What are the challenges and uncertainty? So challenges are the illegal use of chlorofluorocarbons and ozone depleting, future outlook and policy. So we must have a targeted reduction. So see, in this question, it is good if you give this diagram. This is a diagram where you can see that there is a upward rise. There is a upward rise here, and further you can give a futuristic approach that as with the help of the program and policies, we will be able to cover with the help of the Montreal Protocol and further amendments to it, we will be able to cover the the ozone hole. So I hope diagram will be good, because in the both in the environment and the geography, diagram will be beneficial. So this can be the diagram. Further, you can also show the layer, where the ozone is, and also if possible, there is one more diagram which you can show is okay. Ozone layer in stratosphere. So you can see give any of this diagram, showing the ozone layer, stratosphere, troposphere, and reduction from the ultraviolet radiations. Okay. Now coming to the next question, which has been asked in again in APPSC Mains 2011. The question is, describe the impact of ozone layer depletion on different living organisms. Describe the effect of ozone layer on different living organisms. Okay, so we can give the impact on human, like skin, or skin disease, because of the ultraviolet radiation reaching to the surface of the earth. So harmful ultraviolet UV, B and C is they cause immune suppression, skin disease, cataract. Further, we can give the effect on the plant, and also the impact on the aquatic life system, and also impact on the terrestrial ecosystem. Now coming to next question, which was asked in APPSC CE Mains 2017, that is Arunachal Pradesh Public Service Commission. So the question was, what what are the chlorofluorocarbons and how they have contributed to the ozone depletion. So we need to define the define and the and also the properties of chlorofluorocarbons. What are the causes of chlorofluorocarbons and how they are utilized in which industries they were used. Further, we can give a mechanism for ozone depletion by chlorofluorocarbons. Evidence of ozone depletion, evidence like we can also give a diagram and an international effort to regulate chlorofluorocarbon like Montreal protocol and other protocols. Okay, long term effect and the futuristic vision. So it is from the environment section to better to give a figure, a few diagram. In the mechanism, we need to give the reaction of chlorofluorocarbon, like how chlorine combines with ozone to form ClO and oxygen, and then this further react to form a free radical, and the chlorine is again available and ozone has been destroyed. So now we move to next question, which is asked in the Chhattisgarh mains. Write about the effects of ozone depletion. So we have already covered that what are the effects of ozone depletion. So ozone has effect not only on human, okay, but also on the environment. Okay, and particularly the marine environment. Okay, and further the agricultural, it has effect on the agriculture. Now ozone layer depletion primarily results from the release of ozone depleting substances and like chlorofluorocarbons. You know, increase in ultraviolet radiation led to impact human health. Okay, we have already covered like how it affects the human health. It led to the cataract, skin cancer, and suppressing immunity. It affects the ecosystem. Okay, further international cooperation, we have already discussed Montreal Protocol, which was launched on 16 September 1987. Okay, and has been crucial in mitigating, because prior to that, the prior to that we have Vienna Convention, which was not binding, which was not binding. Further, in this question, also uh, we can also give a ozone depleting diagram with the help of multiple globes, like how the ozone hole has increased, you know, and also we can show another diagram which is like the decrease and further increase, and in the year 2060 we are supposed to have a sufficient amount of ozone, you know. So we can very easily cover. It was asked in CGPSC mails. Okay, now further we can move to next question, which was asked in CGPSC mails 2016. It is regarding differentiate between the good ozone and bad ozone. We have already covered. The bad ozone is the tropospheric ozone, and it is found in the troposphere from 0 to 10 kilometer. Okay, and the good ozone is in stratosphere, protects us from harmful ultraviolet B and C. Okay, and the bad ozone is in the troposphere, Further, we can tell that how it is formed. So it is formed by the reaction between the nitrous oxides plus volatile organic compounds. Volatile organic compounds which are released from the industrial emission. Okay. So, now what are the effects of the bad ozone? So bad ozone, which is at the troposphere level, it's a pollutant and it affects our lungs and cause serious suffocation. Now coming to the next question, which is asked in the HPPSC, which is Himachal Pradesh Mains 2019. So this is the similar question. Explain the role of atmospheric ozone as foe and friend. So see, the friend is the stratospheric ozone, which protects us from the harmful ultraviolet radiation, while tropospheric ozone, which is present at the uh, ground level from 0 to 10 kilometer, okay, it is a pollutant and it is a foe. Okay. So now we can also define that stratospheric ozone is present at the location between 20 to 50 kilometer and highest concentration is at the range of 20 to 25 kilometer. Now coming to next question, which was asked in the MPPSC mains, what is the ozone layer? How do chlorofluorocarbon affect the ozone layer? See, one thing which we are observing that the topic of ozone layer is very important for the mains examination. So most of the questions are focused on only three things. Okay, first is ozone layer. Okay, second is ozone hole or depletion. It also includes the reactions and those things. Okay, and further, what is the cause? That is chlorofluorocarbons, and finally the international affair like Montreal and protocol. So you need to have a diagram or figures for all the four topics. Okay. So now coming to our question, concerned question. Okay. So what is ozone layer? So ozone layer is important uh, in protecting the harmful ultraviolet radiation and chlorofluorocarbons. We can also mention how it led to the ozone layer depletion. Further, we can explain the Montreal Protocol. Okay, now again in the mains, MPPSC mains 2016, they have asked what is ozone hole. So it is a formation of ozone. We can also explain the ozone hole formation due to human-made chemicals like chlorofluorocarbons. Okay, depletion of the stratospheric ozone leading to higher ultraviolet radiation causing skin cancer, cataracts in human, and immunosuppression, and further uh, it is leading to the effect on agricultural production. Okay, international effort and like Montreal Protocol, which is a binding protocol. Okay, now ongoing monitoring research and further the development of the chemicals which are not at all affecting the ozone hole. And further, we can also give a graph like how the ozone layer was reduced initially. Okay, and there's at a minimum bottom, and in the futuristic vision we will be able to get a sustainable amount of ozone so that harmful radiations are not reaching on the earth's surface. Now again in MPPSC mains 2015 they have asked explain ozone layer depletion and its effect. We can mention the ozone layer depletion primary causes, further that the depletion is a continuous process, but because of the anthropogenic chemicals like chlorofluorocarbons, you know, it has lead to the increase in the ozone layer depletion. We can give few figures, you know, like how the ozone hole has been created, Antarctica, okay, and further we can also mention that with the help of international efforts, the ozone layer depletion has been reversed to an extent. And we can also mention the futuristic. Now, regarding the effects, we have to mention all three like human health. So, human health, it lead to the cataract, skin cancer, and immunosuppression. Regarding the environment and the marine, and further the ecosystem, also effect on the agriculture and economy. Okay, international cooperation like restricting all the illegal uh, chemicals. Okay. Now, further in the MPPSC Mains 2022, they have asked what is Montreal Protocol. So we can mention that it is a international treaty and to restrict, phase out the ozone depleting substances like chlorofluorocarbons. Okay. It was on 16th September 1987. Okay. And significance and success. So we can see a reversal in the ozone layer, and further that how what is the emission and illegal trade has affected, and importance of international cooperation, and further amendment to the Montreal Protocol. Now, coming to next question, which was asked in Uttarakhand PSC Means 2013, it is mentioned the causes of ozone layer depletion. So, there is one is the natural depletion of ozone layer. So, it is a natural process which deplete and further creates the ozone layer. But human chemicals like chlorofluorocarbons or halogens, you know, have increased the rate of depletion of ozone layer, and ozone depleting substances are the main culprit. So depletion is the most severe over Antarctica ozone hole. We can give a diagram, international cooperation, and further we can also mention the Montreal Protocol and other international cooperation and futuristic vision. Okay, now we will be covering the prelims question of ozone. The first question is ultraviolet radiation from sunlight causes the reaction that produces which of the following? So, ultraviolet radiation from sunlight causes the reaction. The first, the oxygen present in the atmosphere in the presence of ultraviolet radiation, okay, it converts to free oxygen, okay, which further react with oxygen and creates ozone. So the question is ozone. It is a natural process, you know, of ozone, and further there is one thing which we will cover in the next question. One question it was already asked. So how this rate is controlled? So it is controlled by the help of नाइट्रोजन डाइऑक्साइड. वो क्या करता है? वो जो ये फ्री ऑक्सीजन है, ठीक है, उसको ले जाता है, तो फिर ओजोन का फॉर्मेशन का रेट वी आर एबल टू कंट्रोल. नाउ कमिंग टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, which is ozone layer absorbing ultraviolet radiation exists in which of the following atmospheric layer? So we have already seen the good ozone. So it is presence in the stratosphere at the height of 15 to 50 kilometers. It protects us from the harmful ultraviolet radiation. Without the ozone layer, life on the earth will be very impossible. Concentration is highest in the 20 to 25 kilometer, and concentration is measured in the Dobson unit. Dobson is a unit to measure the concentration of ozone. Okay. Now coming to next question, radiation is absorbed by the ozone present in the atmosphere is ultraviolet radiation, UV, B and C. Okay. They are captured by the ozone present in the stratosphere, and they protect us from तो UVB has a bandwidth of 280 to 315, ठीक है, नैनोमीटर, and UVC has from 100 to 280 nanometer, ठीक है, and it prevents both ultraviolet B and C from reaching the Earth's surface. They because if they are able to reach to Earth's surface, then they will cause skin cancer, cataract, and DNA damage. है ना? It was asked in the UPSC prelims 2013. Okay, and why not other options? So infrared radiation and microwave, they are both observed by water, and also infrared rays are observed by carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere, while visible light pass through the atmosphere. Now coming to next question, which was asked in UPPSC prelims 2014. Ozone protect the biosphere from, we already covered, ultraviolet B and C. Ultraviolet B and C. Now coming to next question, which was asked in Uttarakhand PSC 2016. Again, same, ozone layer of the atmosphere observe ultraviolet rays. Okay, next question. The ozone layer in the atmosphere produces safety to life on the earth from ultraviolet radiation. ठीक है, it doesn't produce the rain, doesn't produce pollution. ठीक है, pollution करता है ये, but ozone layer कब करती है? At the troposphere. Tropospheric ozone is a bad ozone, so it creates pollution. But ये जब तक नहीं दिया है तो we will consider it to be stratospheric ozone, जो क्वेश्चन पूछा जा रहा है. ठीक है, now coming to next question. It is ozone layer is useful to human because it prevents the sun ultraviolet radiation from reaching to our surface. ठीक है, now coming to next question, which of the following pair is not correctly matched? So renating cheese. Okay, so renating is a process of adding rennet in rennet is a enzyme, है ना, and is a enzyme. कौन सा enzyme है? Chymosin, CHYMOSIN, chymosin. ठीक है, in the milk, which converts it into curd and then processed into cheese. So renating is a cheese formation process. Now genetic engineering, plasmid. So plasmids are the small circular DNA molecules, है ना, found in bacteria. They are used in genetic engineering to transfer genes into organisms. तो ये भी सही है. ठीक है. Now golden rice is basically a genetically modified, है ना, ताकि बीटा कैरोटीन, ठीक है. It was also asked in UPSC regarding the golden rice. So it is helped to develop to combat the vitamin A deficiency which causes blindness in children. Vitamin A की deficiency से क्या आता है? Blindness. Now finally ozone layer. So we have already covered ozone layer is in stratosphere. ऑप्शन कौन सा हो जाएगा? डी. It was asked in UPPSC prelims 2018. Now coming to next question, place where ozone layer is primarily found is stratosphere. Maximum concentration कहाँ होती है? 20 to 25 किलोमीटर. काय से प्रोडक्ट करती है ओजोन लेयर हमको? फ्रॉम हार्मफुल अल्ट्रावायलेट बी एंड सी रेडिएशन. अगर ये पास हो जाएंगी तो इट विल कॉज अस स्किन डिजीज एंड फर्दर अदर. ozone layer is located in stratosphere. ठीक है. Now next question, maximum concentration of ozone is found in which of the following? So stratosphere. Okay, it was asked in UPPSC prelims 2018. Easy question. Okay, now ozone layer is above the earth's crust is found. So we have already seen the maximum concentration between the 20 to 25 kilometer. Ozone layer is mainly found in stratosphere. Okay, Now in stratosphere, the level of ozone is naturally regulated by, we already see na, regarding the reaction that एक question था like in the presence of sunlight na, which of them is formed, so we see that ozone was forming. So what was the reaction? O2 in the presence of ultraviolet radiation create, ठीक है, free oxygen, and free oxygen react with oxygen, create O3. Now what happens is that NO2 takes this free oxygen, ठीक है, to form nitric oxide and oxygen. तो इसकी वजह से ऑक्सीजन का जो लेवल है इन द ट्रोपोस्फियर इज और स्ट्रेटोस्फियर इज नेचुरली रेगुलेटेड बाय नाइट्रोजन डाइऑक्साइड. किससे नेचुरली रेगुलेट होता है? नाइट्रोजन डाइऑक्साइड से. वरना तो ये एक एक्सपोनेंशियल ग्रोथ से ऑक्सीजन बढ़ता चला जाता है, ओजोन बढ़ता चला जाता है और ऑक्सीजन कम हो जाता है. ठीक है. नाउ कमिंग टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, which of the following is not true about chlorofluorocarbons? It's used as a refrigerant. ठीक है. It is not responsible for the greenhouse effect. See, chlorofluorocarbons do have a little bit of greenhouse effect, particularly at the tropospheric level, but stratosphere में greenhouse effect बहुत कम है. ठीक है. और further it is responsible for reducing ozone in the stratosphere. ठीक है. It is inactive in the lower atmosphere. ये लोअर एटमोस्फेयर पे केमिकली स्टेबल है एंड डो नॉट रिएक्ट रेडिली, बट वी ऑलरेडी स्टडीड दैट एट द स्ट्रेटोस्फेयर इट इज हाईली एक्टिव एंड ब्रेक्स डाउन, है ना. तो नाउ कमिंग टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट करेक्टली which is responsible for the ozone hole? So we already seen chlorofluorocarbons are responsible. It was asked in CGPSC prelims. And now coming to next question, ozone hole is caused by chlorofluorocarbon. UPSC prelims 2016. ठीक है. Now coming to next question, which of the following gases is responsible for the decrement in the ozone layer? ठीक है. तो it is chlorofluorocarbons. ठीक है. Now coming to next question, which of the following gas is responsible for the depletion of ozone layer? Again, chlorofluorocarbons. ठीक है. Now the pollutant causing maximum damage to ozone layer is chlorofluorocarbons, asked in MPPSC prelims 2015. Now presence of which of the following degrade ozone from ozonosphere? See, ozonosphere is stratosphere here, so which is chlorofluorocarbons. Ozone layer of upper atmosphere is being destroyed by which of the following? So it is chlorofluorocarbon. Now which of the following is not responsible for depleting the ozone layer? So which of the following is not responsible for depleting the ozone layer? So first, CF12 used in the refrigerant. CF12 used in the refrigerant in air conditioner and refrigerator. So it causes ozone depletion. ठीक है. Second is methyl chloroform used as a solvent, है ना. methyl chloroform used as a industrial solvent. It releases chlorine atom and lead to ozone depletion. तो इसका फॉर्मूला है CH3CCl3. It also releases free chlorine which deplete the ozone layer. Further, halon 121 used in firefighting. It is also a bromo chloro difluoromethane. ठीक है. It is also used in it also releases free chlorine which causes ozone depletion. So finally the nitrogen oxide. So nitrous oxide, it is not responsible for the depletion of ozone layer. So we see that all three CF12, methyl chloroform and halon 1 to 1, all three deplete the ozone layer. Among the following greenhouse gas which does not cause ozone depletion in the troposphere. ठीक है? Among the following greenhouse gas which does not see, the answer is carbon monoxide does not directly contribute to ozone depletion, है ना? But we will see each and every topic. तो मीथेन है ना react readily with free radicals. तो मीथेन क्या होता है? It react with ठीक है, it react readily with OH, है ना, in the troposphere, leading to the production of ozone as a secondary pollutant. तो मीथेन क्या करती है? It produces ozone as a secondary pollutant. ठीक है, it doesn't deplete the ozone directly, but it contribute to tropospheric ozone formation. ठीक है, वो ग्रीन हाउस गैस भी है और एट द लेवल ऑफ ट्रोपोस्फेयर इट लीड टू द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ स्मोक, है ना, पॉल्यूटेंट है. तो ठीक है, तो ये टिक हो जाएगा. अनदर इज नाइट्रोजन ऑक्साइड. ठीक है, तो नाइट्रस NOx डिस्ट्रॉयज ओजोन लेयर. वी हैव ऑलरेडी सीन NOx डिस्ट्रॉय ओजोन लेयर. फर्दर द वाटर वेपर्स. तो इन द ट्रोपोस्फियर वाटर वेपर डज नॉट सिग्निफिकेंटली इंपैक्ट. ट्रोपोस्फियर पे तो नहीं करते, बट इन द स्ट्रेटोस्फियर, है ना, वाटर वेपर फ्रॉम द रॉकेट्स emission can contribute to ozone loss by forming hydroxyl. ठीक है, OH ions बना के it can affect the. So now coming to next question which was asked in MPPSC Prelims 2008. Formation of ozone hole is maximum over Antarctica. So there is also one question. ठीक है, कि किसने किया था? तो ब्रिटिश साइंटिस्ट ने फर्स्ट ऑब्जर्व किया था. एंटार्क्टिका में होता क्या है कि मई और अगस्त में टेम्परेचर इन द स्ट्रेटोस्फीयर ड्रॉप्स बिलो 78 डिग्री. ठीक है, क्या होता है, टेम्परेचर बहुत ज्यादा -78 डिग्री से भी नीचे चला जाता है. तो दिस कोल्ड टेम्परेचर लीड टू द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ पोलर स्ट्रेटोस्फेरिक क्लाउड. क्या बनाता है? पोलर स्ट्रेटोस्फेरिक क्लाउड्स बना देते हैं, विच प्रोवाइड अ सरफेस वेयर क्लोरीन और ब्रोमीन कंपाउंड, ठीक है, रिएक्ट टू फॉर्म एक्टिव ओजोन डिप्लीटिंग सब्सटेंस. इसकी वजह से अंटार्कटिका में सबसे ज्यादा. और दूसरा कॉज है पोलर वर्टेक्स. ठीक है, और नाउ वी कम टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Consider the following experiment. Chlorofluorocarbon, ozone depleting substance are used in the production of plastic foams. ठीक है, in the production of tubeless tires नहीं. Cleaning certain electronic component, yes. As pressurized agent in aerosol cans, yes. तो इसका आंसर आ जाएगा 1, 3 and 4. ठीक है, UPSC 2012 में पूछा गया था. Now coming to next question. Formation of ozone hole in Antarctic region has been a cause of concern. What would be the reason for the formation of this hole? अभी हमने चेक किया. ठीक है, तो presence of prominent polar front and polar stratospheric cloud, inflow of chlorofluorocarbons. ठीक है, तो ऑप्शन बी इज करेक्ट. ठीक है, इसमें देखो प्रेजेंस ऑफ प्रोमिनेंट ट्रोपोस्फेरिक नहीं, वो स्ट्रेटोस्फेरिक क्लाउड आएगा. ठीक है, फर्दर इन द ऑप्शन सी मीथेन से कोई मतलब नहीं. इंक्रीज टेम्परेचर इन द पोलर रीजन ड्यू टू ग्लोबल वार्मिंग नहीं. ठीक है, तो ऑप्शन बी. ओके, नाउ कमिंग टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. इट वाज आस्क्ड इन Uttarakhand PSC 2010. Which gas is filled in refrigerator? Which gas is filled in refrigerator? So the answer is Mefron. Mefron is basically a trade name. मैफ्रॉन इज बेसिकली अ ट्रेड नेम, है ना, फॉर क्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन्स, ठीक है। मैफ्रॉन 12, मैफ्रॉन 12, ठीक है। मैफ्रॉन 12 was widely used in old refrigerators, ठीक है। Due to ozone depletion, so there has been phasing out of मैफ्रॉन. Now coming to next question, which was asked in UPPSC prelims, which of the following substance is our ozone depleting? Select the correct answer. So chlorofluorocarbons, halons, ठीक है, कार्बन टेट्राक्लोराइड, तो it also has loosely, तो answer is 1, 2 and 3, ठीक है। Now who among the following had discovered ozone hole over Tibetan? Who among the following has discovered ozone hole over Tibetan plateau in the year 2005? So it was asked in UPPSC मेंस 2013. तब तक UPPSC में ऑब्जेक्टिव ही मेंस में आते थे क्वेश्चन, 2 पेपर होते थे। प्रेजेंटली तो दे हैव अ 6 पेपर, ठीक है। तो इन 2005 GW केंट मोरे, कैनेडियन साइंटिस्ट, डिस्कवर्ड ओजोन हेलो ओवर तिब्बतन प्लेटू। तो GW केंट मोरे, he was a Canadian, ठीक है, he was a Canadian scientist. Discovery was significant because it showed a natural ozone variation, ठीक है। यहां पर इनफैक्ट ओजोन होल की जगह यहां पे एक्सेस ओजोन क्रिएशन था, बिकॉज ऑफ अल्टीट्यूड, एटमॉस्फेरिक सर्कुलेशन एंड फोटोकेमिकल रिएक्शन इन द रीजन, इट वाज अ ओजोन हेलो, ठीक है। नाउ other are also related to ozone, ठीक है। तो now coming to other question, which was asked in Chhattisgarh PSC 2015, Montreal Protocol is related with to protect the ozone layer depletion. How? Because it phase out the ozone depleting substance such as chlorofluorocarbons, halons, hydrochlorofluorocarbons, so that ozone layer is not depleted. कब मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल कब साइन हुआ था? ठीक है, 16 सितंबर में, 16 सितंबर 1987, ठीक है। डे इज इंपॉर्टेंट। और नाउ द ट्रीटी ने जो क्लोरोफ्लोरो कार्बन्स, हेलेंस, कार्बन टेट्राक्लोराइड, मिथाइल क्लोरोफॉर्म, हाइड्रोक्लोरोफॉर्म कार्बन्स, मिथाइल ब्रोमाइड, ठीक है, सारों के लिए रिस्ट्रिक्शन दिया है। नाउ कमिंग टू अदर, मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल इज रिलेटेड टू, तो इनमें क्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन आएगा, ठीक है। एमपीपीएससी 2014 में पूछा गया ये क्वेश्चन। नाउ अगेन in MPPSC 2017, which of the following pair is not correctly matched? Which of the following pair is not correctly matched? So Montreal Protocol we know is related to ozone, not carbon trade, ठीक है। तो बाकी अर्थ समिट +5, फर्स्ट अर्थ समिट हुई थी जिसमें एजेंडा 21 दिया था, इट वाज हैपेंड इन ईयर 1992, ठीक है। अर्थ समिट +5 5 साल बाद हुई, ठीक है, इट इज इन द ईयर 1997, ठीक है। फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड क्लाइमेट कॉन्फ्रेंस इंपॉर्टेंट है, ईयर 1979, ईयर 1979। तो नाउ कमिंग टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, which is ozone layer preservation day is celebrated on 16 September, ठीक है। क्यों? क्योंकि in the year 1987 on 16 September ozone Montreal Protocol was signed. Montreal Protocol was signed. Now International Day for Preservation of Ozone is observed on 16 September, ठीक है। देखिए कंटिन्यूस पूछा जा रहा है, लेटेस्ट 2021 में, ठीक है। तो याद रखिए 16 सितंबर और 1987 को। विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट करेक्टली मैच? ओजोन क्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन, एसिड रेन नाइट्रिक एसिड, रॉकेट फ्यूल कैरोसिनॉल, ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, ठीक है। तो एसिड रेन नाइट्रिक एसिड नहीं होगा, ठीक है। एसिड रेन इज कॉज्ड बाय NO2 एंड सल्फ SO2, ठीक है। When it reacts with water, it lead to the formation of acid rain. ठीक है. Now coming to next question, which of the following is associated with the issue of control and phasing out of use of ozone depleting substance? तो Britain Montreal Protocol, ठीक है. Kyoto Protocol is for carbon trading, ठीक है. Bretton Woods conference are economic, ठीक है. World Bank है. Now coming to the next question, ozone is essential, ठीक है. Ozone is essential for biotic life, and the ozone layer protect the earth's surface from high energy radiation, ठीक है. Ozone is essential for the biotic life, ठीक है. High energy UV B और UVC, ठीक है, से प्रोटेक्ट करता है. तो इट इज both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of. Now finally last question, which of the following team of scientists first discovered ozone layer over Antarctica? So it is the British team. Now thank you.